We have several other things we could do as the next step for this container cabin. We could do the siding outside, we could replace the windows and doors that are broken, or we could do the flooring inside. And we've decided...
I voted for flooring. It's the most fun and I can do most of it.
She's an expert at the laminate, so that's what we're going to do. We'll start working on this flooring. We already need to put down the new subfloor, which we showed in another video. So the first step today is there's a couple areas that need to be shimmed up. Then once we get everything fastened down to the old containers, there was a couple dips. So I'm going to get those shimmed up. We need to remove these two exterior doors because since we've added so many layers, they're going to be too low. So pull those out.
While Zach is shimming the floor, I'm going to go and start cleaning up all the debris, cleaning out the windows, getting the debris off the floor and everything so we can put the underlayment down and then get started on the floor.
Ripping this door out. I don't know how they put it in here, but I'm going to start by ripping out this outside stuff because we're going to need to move it up. So I should have grabbed a big pry bar. Clean this up, cut it up a little higher so we can move it up.
We got the doors out. He got the floor shimmed. He used 1/4-inch strips of maple he had lying around and shimmed up those parts of the floor. I got all the corners and I got the walls swept down and the corners swept out and the windows vacuumed out and all the little junk that we didn't want like hanging around the container out and done. So tomorrow we're going to come back and we have a few more things to do.
We have to screw in. There was a little bit of the subfloor in this room that there's a metal part of the container, so it's screwing into the metal, so I need some self-tapping screws for that. And then we can start putting the underlayment down and doing the flooring, right?
Yep. Oh, and we might get the grinder, and they had run electrical in this whole cabin, and they had also had some of it ready for plumbing, but this is going to be a dry cabin, and all of the electrical that's run we're probably not going to use. We're going to have a couple switches that'll be hooked to a solar panel that will be on the roof, but it's not going to be like a major charging station, plug in a TV, anything like that. This is like a cabin. So we will probably get the grinder, and all of these wires that are sticking out of the wall, we're going to cut off.
Yeah, the majority of them will just nip off, so they're not poking us.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll leave a couple for the lights. I need to get a tool to check where the wires go to. We can buy that tonight.
Yeah, perfect.
And then that will help me chase down where these wires go, and we'll be able to keep the ones we want, but the majority of them we're going to get rid of.
Yeah. Awesome.
And then the goal will be to get the flooring done tomorrow.
Yeah.
One day, we can do it, right?
We can do it.
There's a lot of cuts and zigs and zags, but
whatever.
we have an expert crew.
Whatever, we'll do it. All right, we got all the stuff that we needed in town last night to be able to start the flooring. So we also bought donuts so that we could bribe our kids to come and help us this morning. So this is our crew. We got Lincoln, who's on the camera, but he's going to be...
You should see his face. He's smiling so
He
big.
loves this. Teenage boys love YouTube channels.
And we're building a house.
What are we going to do in the house, in the cabin today?
And we're building it today. What?
So we're going to do the floor. We got Jefferson, McKinley, and Harrison, and Lincoln. Reagan's back at the house with baby Grant, and the dogs are all around. So right now we're at the lodge building. Right now we're at the lodge building where we've been storing the laminate that we bought about a month ago. So we're going to load it up on the backhoe and then take it over to the cabin.
Let's do it.
This is our current setup right now. Is we have the miter saw and the table saw out here. We have the backhoe with all of the laminate flooring here. We're going to be doing this room over here first and working through this part of the cabin. That goes over to the entryway in the 20-footer. And then it comes over into this part of the cabin. So we're going to start over here and see how far we can get today. Kids are really excited.
No. I'm so excited.
Isn't that fun when we work on projects?
What is that?
Okay, we're going to nip off some of these electrical flex conduit here that's in the way. So I won't cut all of them, but the ones that are going to be a problem or bother us while we're working, we're going to nip off. And I'll figure out the electrical later. Most of it will get eliminated. Hey Tim, can you collect all the stuff at the top? You like that, Harrison? got the electrical cut off. We've got the floor screwed down and cleaned, so we're ready to start doing the laminate. And before you put down the laminate, you need to do an underlayment, which you can buy, or we happen to have this roll of super heavy duty landscaping fabric. It's like a thick felt. We've used it on a couple jobs and it works fine, and that way we don't have to buy it. So we're gonna roll this out. It's 8 foot wide. So we'll roll this out and start getting going on the laminate. Who's here?
I help.
You hear somebody?
Help. Help.
Okay, 1 second. Wait, let's scoot it over here and then you can help. Roll it. You get over there. Push it, 2 more. Push it this way. Oh, not too fast, not too fast.
Ah!
You scared me.
Let me go walk on that.
Okay, good. How's it look? Should we just leave it like this?
No.
Okay.
We need let's go. No. Shoot.
Okay, we've been trying to get this little tiny crack. We've been trying to pry it with our little blue pry bar and with all of our persuading sticks, and none of them are persuading. So Zach just went out and got the, what's it called? Pinch bar?
Bigger persuader, yeah. So we're trying to make that fit. But Link, you gotta put some pressure on it. I can do it, I guess.
See right there? just.
Can you show me the board behind there?
Yeah, keep putting them back there till we break something. Can't be that tight.
Oh, it's going.
Another one?
I swear it's getting smaller.
Okay, more, yeah.
Boom!
Woo!
Boom crack-a-lacka. Ugh. So we're halfway done. We just finished. It's about 12:30. We started at 9. So
I think it's gone pretty well. We had lots of helpers for this first part. I think most helpers are leaving now, so I'm going to continue on the other side by myself. Yeah. And we'll see if I can get the rest of it done today.
but it's going good for being, we got 2/3 of it for 50 cents a square foot. And then we got the other third for like 70 cents a square foot. They were clearancing it out at Lowe's. And it didn't snap together as easy as our laminate flooring. And when we did the vinyl flooring in the A-frame, it was tricky because of the nature of the vinyl flooring, the way it snaps together. But it went in kind of easier. This stuff is probably a little bit lower grade
Yeah.
laminate flooring. So it just didn't, the seams aren't like as perfect as maybe we'd want them, but actually like as we go around and we look, they actually look really good. And for this being a off-grid cabin and for the amount of money that we have to put into it, it worked out really well. It was a good solution, a really good solution for us. So.
And it worked out well, even though it's 3 containers and we had to do the subfloor over everything. It's flowed together pretty nicely. I was a little worried about it.
Having dips and stuff, and it's been really awesome.
Pretty good, yeah.
It seems
Better
level.
than I thought, so.
Anyway.
Good.
So halfway there.
It's after lunch and we're getting started on the second batch. Got this started so far and all the underlayment down. I've got a different crew. Got Reagan out here. Reagan, say hi. Hi. She's the cutter. And Jefferson's my other helper. We went through how many boxes we had and we used like exactly half to do that side. So we're going to be down to the board, so we're trying not to make any errors. And that's why we started from this direction. So we're going to start here and work back. And then if I run out, it'll be back in this closet. We can do something different back there. So, making some progress. I only have Reagan for a couple hours, and then I'm going to be on my own for real. So trying to make the most of it while I have her here. Okay, Ray, go ahead. That board right there just fell.
What?
That one that just fell might be the one we're short now because it's got a damaged corner. Just kidding. Good job. What? It's about 5:30 and I just got it all finished up. I just went through and did all the last little corners and we ended up with plenty of extra. I don't know what I was worried about. There's about 10 boards or something left. Into the closet. Everyone's gone except for the baby and I. Baby. Hey, you build it? Dada, yeah. Cheese, yeah. We decided to do a transition right here because it allowed us, rather than backfilling or going the wrong way with the laminate through this whole section, we could, one way is easier to click than the other. So by doing a transition there, we could flip directions and go the right way the whole way on this other side. And then it also gives it a little bit more room for it to move. That'll be a doorway, so we'll just put a little threshold right there. So one transition there, and a little dark over here, but turned out great.